all happened quite quickly, so we had to go inside quickly and just get all of our stuff out.
We saw the water started to come in through the living room floor.
We went in 10 places in 8 days.
My name's Selena Whitehead, and my family and I were affected by the floods in York on Boxing Day. It had been so wet up until then, and Boxing Day the skies cleared and it finally felt like you could get out for a proper walk. So we went down just past the Millennium Bridge. The water at that time was lapping just by the bottom of Hospital Fields Road, well over a metre sort of short of us. My youngest daughter had sort of been asking about whether we would flood again, because we did flood in 2012. Started to get these texts through. I knew without even looking at it, and it was various friends saying, "Are you all right? Are you all right? Have you checked the water levels?"
We looked outside the gate and just a huge torrent of water, and it was just gradually seeping into an hour and a half. The house was just flooded.
I sort of went into slight freeze panic mode. You're like, oh my God, the kids are upstairs, you've got Christmas presents lying around the place. Because we flooded in 2012, we were a little bit more aware about what was needed to be done. Unlike some other poor people in York who didn't have the warning, we knew that if you're going to flood, you're going to flood, and water is unforgiving. You could see that the water had broke its banks over the Millennium Bridge. You saw the water come through the gate, and I said to the kids, right, you've got 15 minutes, anything you want from your bedrooms, take it now.
It was horrible. We were going to have a Christmas party, but we couldn't because we were flooded.
We needed temporary accommodation immediately. The estate agents were either underwater themselves or their phone lines had gone. So then there's just this real race against time to find an accommodation that's suitable for 2 kids who are growing up, that's close to the school. Dealing with the whole process is really complicated. We emptied drawers and moved things upstairs and put things on top of the table. There were things that you had forgotten, there were things that you'd lost that are sort of floating around. And then the water subsides, and then just the stink comes and the dampness. The priority then was getting the kids back to school and back into a routine. I think they found it, a little bit unsettling, wanting to be in their own rooms, missing being at home. They have expressed anxiety. Can't just sweep it under the carpet. They've got to live with that level of uncertainty without becoming insecure children. There were several grants that became available, both from the government and 2 ridings. Keeping water out if you're going to flood is really tough. You might be worth thinking about other ways of spending the money that will help you recover faster than necessarily trying to keep the water out. It's actually about recovery and resilience. What happened to us was stressful and it was traumatic, but it's not a disaster. There are people who lost absolutely everything. Now that's a disaster.